All right, you guys, we are back. I know I haven't uploaded it in a while, but a super busy winter. I built this patio, so now we got this nice kind of solid surface to work on. Yeah, like I said, busy winter, not a whole lot of riding. There was like a there was like a week in January that I had an urge, and I commuted on the bike every single day and just froze my butt off solid for a week. I don't know why. And then I just went back to driving the truck like normal. But I don't remember what I said I was gonna do project wise on the bike this winter, but I'm pretty sure I was talking about the chain and the rear sprocket at some point. I think I'm just gonna continue to rock the stock chain. Just, I don't know. I mean, so we got 3,400 miles, 3,484. And I mean, I don't know, the chain, I'm back and forth on the chain. It's fine for right now. So what I did do is I bought this, and I bought this light bar. It's like an 8-inch light bar. As you can see, it's like the same width as the headlight. I bought this from Etsy, and it comes with this angle and all the hardware, and it's just, you know, bolt in, just no modifications needed, just ready to go. And it damn near looks factory. And then I couldn't find it because I wanted to show you guys, but I bought a little switch. Need that. Oh, yes, here it is. So this is 3D printed, and it's meant to, if you could see, those two holes just line up with those Phillips head screws, and it just would, you know, sit in there perfectly, and then it could just be on its own switch. So I bought this from the same seller, just kind of as an option, but I ended up not doing this route, and I just tapped straight into the headlight. So as soon as you turn on the key, bam, there you go. It's just a little bit extra light, and I kept I kept the bolts a little bit loose, because today was actually the first time I'd ridden the bike in a while, and actually the first time I'd ridden it since installing the light, because I just bought this light like maybe in January or probably February. Yeah, it's like 6-8 weeks ago, so I haven't really ridden it in the dark, just kind of tested it. But anyway, I kept it loose so I can kind of adjust and hone in exactly where I want it, because obviously you want to use the light as a light, but you don't want to be, I mean, blinding people, right? So I'm still kind of playing with that. But anyway, today I'm going to be changing the oil and cleaning the chain and lubing up the chain. I run the Yamalube 1040 synthetic. I know a lot of people run this, but a lot of people also run the non-synthetic version of this. I'm sure this is total overkill for this bike, but I mean, there's so many just long stretches of 40-50 miles an hour at high RPM that I'm doing in the heat, and I just kind of, I don't know, I just feel a little bit better about using this oil. But still, I'm sure it's total overkill for this bike. And I've been changing the oil every spring, you know, regardless of miles, because I'm still way under the, you know, whatever the recommended intervals are in terms of mileage. So I've just been doing it based on date, because I mean, like I said, I got 3,484 miles on the bike, and it's a 21. So I rode it all year. I bought it December 20, December 20, so I rode it all of 21 and 22. So this will be my third full year with it, and I'm hopefully going to use it more than ever. So, like I said, I'm going to change the oil, clean the chain, and we're going to Eastern Washington this weekend, so we're going to be loading it on the carrier, and got my helmet and gloves, and got everything laid out to go. So yeah, I feel like I'm really going into the season. With this more prepared than ever. And I actually bought a new backpack. Today's my birthday, so it was kind of a birthday present to myself. I forgot the brand, Asos or Asus. It's a Swedish company. They make all kinds of backpacks, and they're fairly well known from my understanding. But it's like, you know, it's like an actual riding backpack, because I have like this Swiss Army backpack that's empty. It's heavier than what this backpack will probably be full. And I mean, it's the backpack I've been riding catches wind, and it's the kind of thing I never really thought about until researching backpacks specifically for riding. And this new backpack has a water bladder, and I've never owned one of those, and I'm super excited, because before, in Eastern Washington, when it's hot and I'd, you know, go out for a day, you got to bring bottles of water. But now it's fairly built in. So I'm getting a new backpack, and gear wise, I feel like I'm, like I said, more prepared than ever. And yeah, and if you guys are new to the channel, or if I haven't maybe brought it up for a long time, but I'm super late in getting into bikes. Like, I bought my first bike. I'll show you my first bike. Bought my first bike, this Honda, which obviously this thing is ridiculously small, but I bought this in 2019 to kind of ride around the neighborhood here, and to ride around in Eastern Washington, and something I could take on trails, and something that just would be fun to learn on, right? And then obviously there's no clutch, so I mean, you could only learn so much on this bike. So I rode that primarily for a short period of time, but at this point, it's the kind of thing I'll never get rid of, just because it's so cool and it's so clean. But this was just the obvious next step. So like I said, when it comes to the gear and everything like that, I'm so late into this, and I didn't grow up riding or anything, so I've learned everything kind of late in life here. But anyways, I'm done talking. We're gonna get this thing cleaned up and tuned up a little bit here for the season, and load it up on the ramp, and then I'll be filming all weekend, so a video of this weekend's ride will follow. So keep in mind, all three of these bolts are different lengths, so when you go and put them in, they're only going to go back in one way. Here's an oil filter. The oil, by the way, is very clear, so that's good. So I feel like at one point I've ran the Yamaha OEM filter, and then I think the last time I had the K&N filter, the one I just took out. And now this is just based on what's been available. High flow premium oil filter, which, I mean, you know, it looked kind of iffy when I bought it, but I mean, it's made in, where the hell is it made? Made in England. So, and then it's the same like synthetic material as the K&N, versus the OEM Yamaha one is just a pleated paper, like, you know, normal style. So I mean, looks and feels the same, but yeah, high flow. Alright guys, well, after a few minutes here, this drain bolt is just not coming out, and as you can see, I'm starting to tear up the corners, and I want to stop before I totally ruin it. Like I said, I know it's a 19 millimeter, and I needed there's a standard length, but I needed a little bit, needed to be out this way a little bit more, so I was using the deep one here, but it just was not 100%, just was not moving it. So yeah, and as soon as I kind of messed up the corners the first time, it just kept on turning. So you know, just wanted to make it worse and worse. So yeah, that sucks, but not the end of the world. I have my really good siphon pump here, so at least this opens. I guess I'm gonna drag that over here and we'll siphon out what we can and see how much comes out. So if you've never used one of these pump siphon things before, that's one of the like tricks to kind of getting the best result is 1, warm oil, 2, thin oil. So this being synthetic, we'll see what we can do here. As you can see and hear, this might not be the end of the world, actually. Especially if I continue to do it every spring before the oil is actually bad. And obviously I'll always do the filter too. So what I think I'm gonna have to do here is straighten the bike out a little bit. Oh yeah, no more air bubbles now. So if you could see, it's draining in there pretty nice. And then what we'll do is empty this into a measuring cup and see exactly how much came out. Because if, you know, 3/4 of a quart came out, then that's how much we'll put in, obviously. Oh, there's way more. God, if the neighbors looked over here right now and saw me just absolutely holding the bike like this. Okay, here's our 1 quart cup. I would just look at the side of this to measure it, but since we're only dealing with, I mean, this bike has a 1.1 quart capacity, I wanted to pour it into this so we could be as accurate as possible. Plus the side of this is in liters, which makes no sense. We got about 26 ounces. So either the bike burned a few ounces or a few ounces still in there. I'm gonna guess there's a few ounces still in there, but that's totally fine. Plus a little bit came out with the filter, but we'll put 28 ounces in and then see what the sight glass is. Again, there's no dipstick. If you guys don't know, there's no dipstick. There's just this sight glass that has kind of high and low marks on it. So, yep. Oh, over here that reused. Sure, there's a small person. Really don't want these breaking, that's for sure. Okay, I feel good about that. Okay, and we said 28 ounces, so obviously this is 32. Oh, cut myself. On camera, could you imagine? So I want to hear what you guys run. A lot of people run Shell Rotella T. It's either 3 or 4. One has like the same modifier that motorcycle oil has, because you know it's like for the trans and the engine or whatever in motorcycle oil. Just going down to the 4 marker here, you know, simple math on camera. Okay, well, I'm gonna run it here and hold it up straight and we'll see what the little sight glass here shows. Oil level, if you don't know, like I said, no dipstick. Here's our little sight glass, and you pull the bike up straight like you're sitting on it, like you're riding. And you got that high and low mark there, and as you can see, we're right in between. So, like I said, 26 ounces out, put 28 in. It's gonna bother me that drain plug is stuck in there. I mean, I realize you could put a torch on it or something. I was gonna take the skid plate off and get some vice grips on there, but I don't know. I really just don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. I'm bummed that this thing is so new and that happened already. So. I'm gonna fire it up, put it in gear, and then I just got some brake clean I'm gonna run through it. Nope, kickstand down. It's not gonna run with the kickstand down. So I just like to make sure that I can get it as dry or as clean and then as dry as possible. And now we'll apply the chain loop. This PJ Black Label. This is the only chain loop I've ever bought. This is like my third or fourth can. 15 bucks. So yep. Sure, that's plenty. That's kind of my routine when it comes to cleaning the chain, and I do that I don't know, probably do that exact thing a couple times a year. You know, it all depends on kind of the conditions I'm riding, because if it gets really dusty or really grimy, I'll do it more often. Yeah, I don't know, just kind of depends. So I'm gonna drop it down here and check the tension. I'm feeling a little frisky, so the next thing I'm gonna do is there's 2 grease zerks on whatever this rear end thing, you know, that honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I have no idea what that's called. But that's fine, someone will tell me. You guys know a lot, so nothing worse than a greasy grease gun. And that's it. That's all we're doing for today. If you guys do anything extra in your kind of spring prep, let me know. I know the air filter's clean because I did that last time, last spring. So it seems like it'll be an every other oil change or every other springtime kind of thing to do that. You know, one of these days I'm gonna pull the spark plug out and look at that, because I haven't done that in a little bit. I'm sure it's fine. And then the valve guides, I checked those during the break-in oil change, and then the last 2 oil changes after that, and they haven't needed adjustments, so I'm not even gonna check them right now. Maybe on a day here I got nothing to do, I'll check them, but I mean, 3,400 miles on the bike, never had to adjust them. So I guess that's why you buy like a Japanese bike, right? So first try. All right, guys, well, there you go. There's you know, probably a million videos out there showing you how to tie up a bike like this, but that's my method. These are Rhino straps from Amazon. So I just do one of each of those and tie up the slack, and then just a shorty little ratchet strap here around the rear tire. I used to go up over the rack and kind of suck the whole thing down, but I think you maybe want a little bit I don't know, you want it to actually be able to absorb some bumps in the road, maybe. I'm not totally sure, but this works for me. The only bad part is about this setup is then you got to make sure your truck's totally loaded and you don't need to get anything in or out after you get the bike on the back. So that's the only thing. And then I got one of these little things down here, and you tighten up the bolts, and then there's zero play in between the hitch and what you're putting in it, so that works for that. And then I got to put the ramp back in with the provided hardware. And this is a Black Widow ramp from I got it as a Christmas gift. I forgot. I think you can buy it from Amazon, like $120 kind of a thing. So yeah, there you go.